was a good witch. She lived in a little town. Edith lived alone with her cat Magnus. She loved creating spells and thinking of new ingredients to use. Some of the ingredients were so rare that she would have to order from different countries. Edith was a very kind witch. She loved nothing more than making people happy. What was wonderful about Edith was that she would never tell anyone that she was a witch. She would go along her way and something peculiar would happen to her when she sensed sadness. Edith's nose would begin to twitch and then it would start to itch. It wouldn't stop until she found out what was causing the sadness around her. It was a very cold winter's day and there was snow on the ground. Edith had popped into town to buy some groceries. She bought a range of fruits and berries, plus carrots and green beans. She bought some tomatoes, leeks, onions and potatoes. These were extra vegetables for her witch's stew, which inspired her magic even more. Edith decided to treat herself at one of her favourite cafes in town. She ordered herself a hot chocolate with marshmallows and a huge slice of Victoria's sponge cake. As Edith sat down, the cafe was filling up with families all busy enjoying a hot drink and something tasty to eat. All of a sudden, it started to happen. Edith felt her nose begin to twitch. Oh, she put her chocolate cake down quickly. Then it began to itch. Edith scratched it, but it was no use. It wouldn't stop until she tuned into what was causing this uncontrollable itch. On the next table was a little boy called Roy. He was sat with his mum and dad and his sister Megan. Edith overheard the conversation. "Oh, don't worry, Roy. There will always be next year," said Roy's mum. "Oh, but why didn't they pick my story? I worked so hard for that competition," said Roy sadly. On the table, Edith spotted a letter. Roy had entered a storytelling competition for 5 to 8-year-olds. The letter said, "Thank you so much for entering our competition. Unfortunately, you have not been successful as we have only 10 places for our winners to meet their favourite authors. All the stories will be featured on our Children's Stories website for you to share with your friends and family." "Oh, your story was brilliant, Roy. They must have had so many entries. I suppose not everyone can win," said Megan wisely. "Megan's right, Roy. Your story about being a hero is fantastic. You mustn't forget that," said Dad. Edith sensed Roy's sadness. She could see tears begin to well up in his eyes. Edith rummaged through her bag at the ingredients she had with her. She needed a sweetening spell to help Roy recognise his gift. Edith used a small round bowl. She added marshmallows, sugar, chocolate drops, lemon zest, raspberries, strawberries, plus some dried mixed fruits and berries and milk. And then Edith said some magic words. "Hocus, pocus, focus, sweets, fruits, berries, mix them all together. Remind little Roy that he is very clever. Not everyone can win a prize for what they do. The most important thing is to enjoy what makes you you. Remember, it is your focus that is key. Now I cast this spell, help little Roy to see." As Edith spoke the words magically, the liquid was transferred into Roy's mug of hot chocolate. Roy took a big gulp. He took a deep breath. His face started to tingle. He hiccuped and his cheeks turned rosy red. "Roy, you look warm. Are you okay?" asked Mum. "I feel very strange," said Roy, "but in a good way." Roy's feet began to tingle and this feeling moved all the way up through his body. Edith's nose was bright red as it had been itching for a good 10 minutes now. As Roy finished his drink, Edith's nose started to settle down and stopped itching. "I feel better," said Roy. "Something's changed. But I realise it isn't about winning prizes. It's about enjoying writing my stories and sharing them with others." "A prize is just an added bonus," said Roy. "So, will you keep on writing?" asked Mum. "Oh yes, definitely," said Roy. "I love writing so much, there's no way I want to stop." Edith breathed a sigh of relief. She finished her drink and enjoyed her cake. As she picked up her bag to leave the cafe, she caught Roy's eye. Edith's eyes sparkled with magic and she smiled at Roy. He smiled back at her as if he knew somehow that she had helped him. The spell wore off after 20 minutes, but it was long enough for Roy to realise that he had been choosing to focus on winning. Roy realised the feeling he got when he was writing his stories was what really mattered. Roy knew now that doing what he loved was so important and writing stories made him very happy. Edith had reminded little Roy about this in her own magical way. So remember Edith's magic words. Hocus-Pocus-Focus. When you feel let down, or maybe you didn't come first in a race or a competition, ask yourself, what are you choosing to focus on? It's not about the winning that's important. It's doing something about what you love and enjoy it, because that is what will make you happy. So that's my story called Hocus-Pocus-Focus. I really hope you've enjoyed it today, and I can't wait to tell you more again soon. Goodbye.